relationship building is huge.
What does that mean?
I actually want to know who my clients are. I want to know their kids. I want to know, their kids' names. What are their birthday? What do they do? Why are they doing what they do? I want to know, why are you flipping that house? Why are you renting? What's your goals? You can make money in so many different directions. With lending specifically, talk with the people that are doing 80% of the business. Speak with builders, know your stuff, know how much it costs to remodel a house. Get out there.
Culture is something that is it's born in a seed, and then you find other people to help grow the crop, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it kind of ends up rolling and going and being in and of itself. But that's honestly my biggest fear about growth and a number of people is making sure that we do keep that vibe.
What up? It's Fred Ray, the guy who started Rain City Capital back in 2009 when private lending wasn't exactly the cool kid on the block. Welcome to Good Nuggets, a podcast that's as much about the failures and holy shit moments as it is about the wins. Here's the deal. I've watched people go from nearly walking out of the door to becoming absolute powerhouses in this business. We'll get into the weeds with loan officers, talk strategy with fellow lenders, and swap war stories with entrepreneurs who have been there. No fluff, no corporate BS, just authentic conversations and practical takeaways you can actually use. So grab whatever you're drinking, get comfortable, and let's get after some good nuggets.
We are here with Rain City's top producer, Lesa Say. That's all I really have to say. Lesa Say is fucking the gangster. And yes, I do swear. So if you don't like swear words, just move on. It's going to be okay. Anyway, Lesa.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
Are you excited to be here?
I'm excited to be here.
No, you're not. Little unexcited?
Give me a couple minutes and then I'll calm down, but I'll be good.
That'll be fair.
Excited.
That's okay. So I want to start from the very beginning with you in particular.
Okay.
So we have a unique story from the very beginning.
We do.
And if I don't get this on record, my wife is going to kill me.
Yes.
Because my wife, she definitely she eats me up all the time. So Lesa, how did you become part of Rain City?
Because of your wife, actually. So Katie,
Yep.
Yes, you were the reason. I used to volunteer. I love it. Yes, give her all the credit. She deserves it. I used to volunteer with your wife every Wednesday for I think almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And
What were you doing?
Real estate. So I've been
what were you doing as a volunteer?
feeding the homeless in Seattle area. And we would go out every night in the trucks and go feed the homeless and take care of them, give them blankets, food, and just give them some love and say we're here. And if we could get them to a shelter, that was the end goal. And we did that every Wednesday. So
Why did you do that?
I wanted to give back. And I don't know, it was a calling to me. I wanted to help somebody. And how did I stumble? I stumbled across that organization. I fell in love with the mission that they had. And I loved actually physically going out and helping
talking to people.
And talking to people. Imagine that. Talking to people and helping them and not just being behind a desk and pushing papers to think I was helping someone. You actually selfishly, I got more out of that than I think they did. I would go home every night just lots of tears, actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was met with a fair amount of tears.
I saw your wife save somebody. I'm sure you know those stories, but he was out and she brought him back to life, and many nights of tears and not being able to sleep the next day, but just so much gratitude and thankfulness of what you have and what you can give other people and what little really that a human needs to be happy. And it provided a lot more to me and my children. My children went out after years of doing it. There was kid organizations that we could go in a safer area to where we knew it wouldn't be trouble. And my kids got to see a different side of life that they don't get to. And unfortunately, I don't do with that organization anymore. And I'm actually looking for a new one with a couple of people here to go take care of someone in need.
That's awesome. So
if you got one, let me know.
I don't, but if I do, I will. Or if I find
absolutely,
I'll let you
yes.
know. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your career before you got to Rain City, and kind of how you made the switch from what you were doing and to now and whatnot. And is it 7 years?
7 years. Oh, you've been with me for 7 years. Damn. Good job. You did it.
I think you did it. Not just...
Actually, that's totally true. I did it.
You did it. I
did it. Yes.
Anyway, so tell us the story.
Okay.
Like what was I don't want to give too much away. I'll let
Yeah.
you tell it, but I'll ask questions if
fun.
I'm missing parts and pieces.
Exactly. It's funny because I love being on your side and asking the questions versus me answering questions.
I like the other side. I don't like the question part. I like the answers.
I love the question parts. Well, I started when I was 20. We bought our first house.
We're talking about being like
in real estate. So I started real estate before I became a realtor. I bought my first house. It was house hacking before house hacking was even a thing or I even knew what it was. Bought a duplex. We lived on one side and then I rented out another. Then we bought a Rambler and then I bought my third. And I told my husband, but it was my fiance at the time, I think I kind of get this real estate stuff. I think this is what I want to do. And he's always just been hella supportive. And he's like, let's go, let's do it. And I was 24 at that time. And I started my real estate license.
When you were 24?
I was 24.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Well, 24 is when I was doing my license and it was 25 when I actually got it. Fast forward, if you do the math, that's
let's just leave that part out.
Yes, leave that part out. But then I did real estate for several years, flipping and slowly flipping a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And then I focused more on end users, people that wanted to live in the house. And then I met your wife. She mentioned, hey, you should talk to my husband. I'm like, I don't know, because I was successful. I was loving what I was doing. It just consumed too much of my time as having young children.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be in this space and I didn't know where to go, but several years in real estate. And
so you liked real estate, you knew the real estate game, but you definitely, you've never done the whole like lending part.
Yes.
But I remember when you first started, I was like, why are you quitting? And I thought for sure that you weren't going to quit. I was like, there's no chance.
I think you and the other individual had said, I'm not coming. They didn't think I was going to come.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, why would you leave a successful business? Because you were closing like 30 transactions a year. You weren't like, there's the 80-20 rule with real estate agents, 20% of them do 80% of the transactions, vice versa, whatever. You were definitely in that 20% and, not a knucklehead.
Absolutely.
But it was just the weekends. Like your kids were getting older, weekends were like driving people around and whatnot.
Absolutely. I was very successful. What I felt was successful in real estate. I loved what I was doing, but it was before offer review dates was a thing in real estate. And I was getting up at the table during dinner and helping people show houses. It was ruining my life. I could have done better time management, what I know now as older self, but I still at that point, I was in it for 13, 14 years, if I'm doing the math correctly, because I've been here for 7. Well, that would be like 3, but 13. But I needed something different. And that's where I was struggling. Because if you remember, I chose not to come. I said I was going to come. And then I'm like, no, I can't come. And I waffled back and forth in December. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the waffle. Yeah.
I waffled because I was scared. I'm like, why would I leave this to try something new here? And that's why my start date was January 1st, is because in December I was like waffling. I'm like,
oh man.
It's probably why you didn't think I was coming.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was skeptical for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's fast forward. How many times did you think about quitting? And how many times did you actually tell me that you were quitting?
Okay. Oh, this is fun because I don't think a lot of Rain City people know our journey for the first couple of years either, just because we've grown so much. The first year, you have to remember, as we just talked about, I was really successful here and I knew nothing over in this side except for real estate. Mm-hmm. And so I was learning everything new. I was like, is this what I want to do? I hate math. And I was like, mathin'. So I was like, fuck. Yes, I swear to you. Thank you, Rain City. And I probably the first 6 months wanted to quit several times. Like, what the hell am I doing? Because I was also driving. Several times,
20 times, 15 times, 10.
I only remember 3 in particular that I'm like, okay, this is not for me. This is not what I want to do. And I told you once.
You told me twice. You tried to quit twice.
Did I?
Yeah, the first time you were kind of waffling on if you want to quit. I was like, Lesa, you've only been here for 2 weeks. Like
That was counting one of the times I was thinking it.
Yeah, what's going on? And then we sat in this office.
Yes.
7-ish years ago.
Yes.
And you were like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I'm never going to make enough money. Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, tried to quit.
I do remember that. Yes, I was counting that.
So twice you like, kind of like tried to quit. And then,
yes.
At least as far as I know. So
yes.
like you were definitely more times that you're at least trying to quit in your head.
Yes.
But there's only a couple times.
And then the last time though, when I was like, I'm doing it. I'm just going to go into your office. I was so nervous and I was so scared. I'm like, nope, this is not the right thing for me. I'm done. I've never looked back ever since. And I think I've called you several times. Thank you for not letting me quit. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm very thankful on that. Yeah. It's just a transition.
It's tough.
It is. It's very tough.
I strive to like listen, especially when people are going through, stuff like that. And everything you were telling me was like, this is going to be a right transition. It just sucked. Yeah. And you had to give up all these other things because, you know, for me and for Rain City and just everybody in general, like we just don't allow kind of like dual things. I was like, you can't be a wholesaler and make loans. Yep. Can't be a real estate agent and make loans on that same property. Like double dipping is just, it's not to anybody's benefit except for the person that's actually doing the transaction. But anyway, I was so thankful that obviously for a million different reasons, I mean, you're the most successful loan officer Rain City's ever had. You got a few people on your heels, but
they're far enough away from my heels. It's okay.
It's far enough away. And you're motivated enough.
Yes.
It's always fun to go back and think about that. Yeah. We've had a lot of conversations just over the years of that part, but also just like the maturation over time.
Right.
What do you think was the one thing that really helped you understand this business? Because, I mean, you went from real estate, you knew the vocabulary. Yep. And you worked with a million loan officers to help your clients buy a property. What was the, like, it may not be one, but maybe it's like, what were the things that really kind of was able to turn the dial? Because I'm sure there's real estate agents that may or may not ever listen to this and they're like, man, this business sucks. I want to do that. I have kids. I don't want to work on the weekends. I don't want to drive around. I don't want to do those things. Right. So whether it's Rain City or anybody else, like if you were to give a little bit of feedback, or what were the things that really helped you understand this business and make that transition?
One, the company that I was with, you guys were, and it's true. I know the support that I had to understand what made a good deal on this side. I knew what made a good deal on the real estate side, and me as buying a rental and flipping, I knew what made sense there. So I knew what a deal was. So that was helpful that I already had that concept. But
you'd also flipped a house before and you had rentals, so you understood.
Correct. I understand that part. But this piece, training, but grit and not giving up and just understanding that you don't know something and willing to learn, I think is such a huge thing that people forget about and why that's so important. Like we all are constantly learning in our lives. And as long as we say, hey, you know what? I don't freaking know this, but I am going to work at it and I'm going to keep on trying. And I'm going to admit that I don't know. I mean, how many times did I go to your office and be like, open up the whiteboard. I don't freaking understand this.
I don't understand what the hell is going on.
I don't understand this. And like we spoke two different languages, but when we started understanding, you understood how my brain worked. I understood, okay, I just need to be upfront and honest with you. Like, I don't get this. Then we were able to figure it out. So I think understanding what makes a good deal, understanding that if you don't know what you don't know and you have to ask for help, being at a company that will give you training and give you the support that you need. And really at the bottom line, it's pretty simple. Like this is a very simple industry. Makes sense. You do the deal. You keep on doing it, repeat, doing it over and over again. You're like closing your eyes. Do you not think so?
All of the loan officers that are out there that think this is a super confusing, will you please listen to Lesa?
No, it is so easy. Like, it's just like, does this deal make sense? And sometimes I'm like, say no because it doesn't make sense. I'm like, why am I saying no? But, just keep on going straight to deal work.
One of the things that, and the reason somewhat I was trying to plant this because I really wanted to give you feedback. Oh. So in, I don't know, maybe a year in, you came to me like, Fred, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't we funding this deal? This is a great deal, blah, blah, blah. And maybe it wasn't a year, maybe it was 6 months, whatever it was. And I was like, well, if you like the deal so much, how about you take first loss position? Yeah. And you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So, and then I think we talked on this
Yes.
whiteboard over here.
We did.
I was like, hey, here's what's going on. And
Yeah.
you're going to take, you're going to put up $10,000 because
Yep.
that's what you think the loan amount should be. You put up that money first.
Yep.
And if we lose in this loan, you lose first.
Yes.
For me, outside looking in and working with you for forever, that was the turning point. You're like, holy shit. Now I get it. And then we started,
It's Say Ray.
Say Ray, yeah.
Say Ray,
So we used to do all these like little Say Ray loans.
Yep.
So Lisa would come up with these like little land loans that were like $30,000 that we wanted nothing to do with. So Lisa's like, this is the one for Say Ray. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So we'd make loans, but that was like, and not everybody has, $10,000, $15,000 to make a decision with. Fortunately, you're successful before and had a couple bucks to invest. But that, I don't know if, putting your own money at risk and either having it go well or not go well, I think it's super important. I don't think any of them.
No, none of our deals have gone anytime. Even the ones that you're like, hey, can you figure out which ones we should do? And I didn't know you blindly was like, yep. That one pocket of deals that we had, you're like, figure out which ones are the good ones. And I did it. All of them went good. So
that was, for me, my thing is I always live life by braille.
Yeah.
I'm not like the best researcher, but I'm really great at kind of feeling around what's going on. And for you, I was like, okay, she has it now. Like she understands it. So
I actually agree with you. The 7 years, you forget about little things. And I always look at it as, if this was my money, would I do the deal? And I constantly think about that. And especially if there's like some gray, I'm like, would I front the money up? And if my answer is no, then it's no. And I do actually concur. I think that is when it changed for me, of understanding it. Then also understanding, I could see why someone would want to loan out their money. This is a good way to
It's
let's do it.
I'm tired of just put my money in this thing over here, that thing over here.
And slay the hammer. Why don't I just, lend out some money?
Amen. So, Rain City, you've been around for 7 years. Mm-hmm. Good Lord, baby Jesus. Makes you feel old.
It does.
Rain City started in 2009. So, that's 15 years. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's your favorite part about Rain City?
The family. Like, as cheesy as that sounds, we're family. We truly care about each other. We work hard, but we also play hard. And it's an environment that the culture is just feeds positivity, fostering growth individually and also as a company. And honestly, the reason why everyone stays here, we don't go. Once you're here and this is your people and what you like, you're not going anywhere, because it truly is the best of both worlds. You get financially what you want, but also then it feeds your cup emotionally and physically. So my favorite part is the people.
So I think when you started, there was maybe 20 people. I don't actually know the number, but maybe 20 people.
Small.
Yeah. Now we're 100.
Oh my God.
I know.
Do you remember when you were just in that office, when I put my bag down? I actually get a little sad because we would sit at the office. All of us would fill the room, maybe a couple extra chairs at the back, and those pipeline quotes, because that's not what we called it back then.
It wasn't pipeline before then.
It was just the meaning.
That was just the money.
It was the meaning.
Yeah, it was the impetus of the 3 Fs, which is the first 5 minutes of fucking around.
Exactly, absolutely. And
everybody's like, what are we doing here? Why do we do this meeting? I was like, exactly this. Like, we're here to fuck around and have fun, not necessarily like, this is what I'm doing. I mean, we'd all go around the room and tell everybody what we're working on, but it wasn't really about that. It was just about hanging out.
Because we're people that have lives and we need to know about each other. Yep. And that's how you just grow a good company, which you have.
So this question might be a little weird for you.
Oh, God.
But what's been your part? Because remember, like, obviously you've been around for a long time.
Yep.
From 20 people, you're one of 20 to now one of 100. Rain City's top producer and kind of a bellwether. I mean, I go to you to ask questions about what's going on in the company.
Yeah.
What do you think has been your part and influence on the company?
I try one of my 2025 goals is empowerment and leadership. And I'm actually reading the book that's oh gosh, no, on the spot. It just makes me on my mind. But it's by, he's a Navy SEAL, Joko Willis.
Jocko Willink, yeah.
Yes, it's
Extreme
extreme ownership. That's what it is. I really want to focus on leadership and with all these new people and saying, look, I started from not understanding anything and I just grinded in and just did the work, and you can too. I hope if people was asked, what do I do? I hope I bring joy to them and fulfillment of being here and knowing that they're special and that they each individually make a file, go and work. And my goal is that when I'm done here, that sounds weird. So for a long time is that
I was like, we got like another like 20-ish
yes,
years.
that people like actually
we're
thought
gonna be old, fucking pushing walkers around.
Can't get rid of me.
You can still get a loan.
Yes.
I can still whoop your ass.
That I left them with encouragement and knowledge, and that I helped them be a better version of themselves, and also help Rain City. If I had to say what's my part, I hope that's a part. And then on top producer is always a good one.
I still got the belt, motherfucker.
Let's go. Isn't it funny how LOs, the stupidest reward. It's never about the actual reward. It's the journey that makes it exciting. So,
yeah, most people don't know that, but it's hard. It's hard in the moment, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate your wanting to be a bigger part of Rain City, and I appreciate you're part of Rain City so far, but you didn't really answer the question.
Oh, I didn't? Okay.
Your goals are everything going forward. I'm
yes.
talking about over the last 7 years.
Yeah.
If Rain City was without Lesa Say, how would it be different?
My first thought that came to mind is Rain City would still be amazing even if I wasn't in it, because of the people that are in it right now and their vision and their goal and the true passion of wanting the workplace. I think we even won a best workplace award, didn't we, in 2019 or something like that? I don't know. We won awards.
I definitely don't look at that stuff.
Yeah, well,
that's not how I judge it. But
I know, but I'm just saying that I would hope, because you always hope that you leave a little imprint in someone's or workplace or whoever you're with's lives. But I think Rain City would still be amazing without me or with me, but I would hope that maybe it would not be as fun. I hope I bring joy to people. What was that?
I said, I hope.
Maybe. But I still think it would kick ass, even if I wasn't here. I think that it would still rock and be a good place to work if I wasn't, because it's just culturally. Is that not the answer you were thinking?
Well, it's the answer that I was expecting, which is I'm not going to say anything really positive about myself, except it might be kind of fun or whatever, right?
So then you answer. What would it be like if I wasn't here?
Well, and that's the thing. So I'm asking this shit on the fly, so I don't have a script. I'm not going off of anything. This is just us talking. I think, we use you as an example of a lot. And I use you as an example of a lot in general. So whenever we do the Rockstar surveys and whatnot, is 100% always Lesa Say, and then there's a couple others, right? Mm-hmm. And there's the people that carry the culture and kind of push around, and there are people that absorb the culture, and eventually they take it all in, they absorb it, and they're like, holy shit, I actually like this, and then they give it on to other people, which I've got to see and watch, and it's super fun. But without strong personalities like you, but strong positive personalities like you, I don't necessarily know if it would be as strong. So I think about life without Lesa Say, and honestly, it would make me sad. If you ever gone, I'd be like, oh, I miss Lesa. And even though we don't even talk that much. No. I mean, we talked a lot in the very beginning, but I mean, you're off doing your own fucking thing, and I'm trying to support you the best I can. But man, the thought of doing it without Lesa, that would blow. That would suck.
That's actually, I think that's the nicest thing. Not gonna cry. That's humbling. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you've been an important part of the overall growth of Rain City, and although it's been slow, and you're like, fuck, man, Fred, I wish we could do this and that and the other thing, and you're like, beat me up. always like pushing, but not necessarily pushing for the bad. If I could replicate a fucking literally, if we just had 6 or 7 Lesa Says, there is not a lender on the planet that could keep up with this. I mean, my fucking Kiavi or whatever, like we would just destroy it. Yes. So let's just hopefully like recreate you. Maybe we can clone you. I don't know. AI is kind of like it's cool. Like maybe we're cloning stuff. Yes. I don't know. We can work that out. Yeah. Okay. So 7 years, we've done a lot of dumb shit. Yes. And had a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. Yes. Gosh, I have a couple answers to this one. Okay. But I do want to ask you, what's a handful of your favorite Rain City moments? And I mean, you can use the inappropriate ones, but in a PC manner, maybe.
Yes. Okay. So out of context, things can sound different. So we have so much fun here. And the beautiful thing is everyone knows that no lines ever crossed or anything like that, but it's just, we have fun because we care about the individual, and we can know what's around, we can play. I never would swear before Rain City.
That's very true.
Ever. And I always joke, because you see those memes of they're swearing and lending, there seriously is swearing and lending, and here, gosh, how do you say it? My favorite of all time, one of my favorites of all times, is being so frustrated with how the leads were being dispersed out. And my phone would not ring. I don't care what IT says. My phone was always delayed by 1 or 2 seconds, which allowed another person to pick up faster than me. And I was expressing my frustration to you about it. And the individual that would pick up the phone walked by, and was that the first time I swore?
That was not the first time you swore. But swearing was a new thing for you.
Yes.
So that the
context of how
so the true people that have been cursing since they were children,
yes,
they understand context really well.
Yes.
And the best part about you swearing was you didn't really understand it. It was you would put words in places where they didn't really need to go, but it felt good to say for some reason.
Yes, it felt so good to say. So for those that knew the moment, they'll all laugh when they listen to it because they know exactly. But I was able to it just came out of my mouth, and I was like, that person right there gets to answer all of them. And that will always go down my all time high. That was just the best. Because I think that was we talked a lot, and you would come into office, I would come into here, and we would talk about deals, but I still wasn't quite comfortable enough to be who goofy Lesa. Does that make sense? I was told to be you're
be the
boss.
Real Lesa, yeah.
Yeah, you're my boss, and I still trying to learn this shit, and I didn't want to look like a dumbass more than what I was. Mm-hmm. And so that was a moment of just belly laughing.
It was all of us that were there. I fucking died.
Yes.
I absolutely died. It was so funny.
That was just so funny. And we're all human, and we all just like to have a good time. And that is by far one of my absolute all-time favorites. It will go down to history. There's so many daily just chuckles that you get. I think you're supposed to laugh. What someone said 8 times a day to have a healthy body, and we laugh a lot here. Karaoke. Tequila. When I think you made one of our underwriters drink tequila.
Oh, no. I didn't make him. Well, I guess I kind of did.
You helped foster wanting to do it.
Yeah. So no, he was he's like, have you ever seen someone do tequila for karaoke? I was like, no. He's like, there's only 5 words. It's tequila 5 times.
Yes.
I was like, no, you should totally do it. And he's like, yeah, well, if you buy me 5 shots of tequila, I'll do it. I was like, fucking done. And he didn't really know me that well. I'm like, I would definitely pay $100 to see that, no problem. And I sure shit I did. I took the last shot with him.
Yes.
But he did 5.
Yeah. He that was just fun. Pretty much every Rain City karaoke event, even the event that I tore my ACL.
Oh my goodness. Get back up there, Lesa.
And I'm pretty confident you used other words, But I got back up there and I sang that song.
Yeah, you finished it up.
And I drove everybody to their destination because I was the DD and I took care of them.
Well, and you drove to Chelan.
Yes, I did.
And then you had your husband come get you afterwards.
Yes, but I did my job. I took care of it and I said I was going to drive and I did drive. And then he had to drive all the way over there.
True soldier for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think one of the things also, like as a top producer, usually there's a lot of like divas and shit, right?
Yeah.
And you're humble, approachable, like kind of been in the shit before and knows what it's like to grow out of it. And like you're kind of making my point for me of like some of the impacts that you have on Rain City that aren't necessarily told or said or that can be explained. That's why I say it would suck doing it without you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
It's never going to happen.
No, I'm here. I'm a lifer. You're going to have to like boot me out. No, I love it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to do that. I mean, hopefully not. Just don't do anything weird. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be good.
I'm going to give the mic to you just for one question. If you have one question to ask me.
Yeah.
You only got one.
Dude, and you didn't give me time to process?
No, this is on the fly.
Okay, on the fly. Let's go.
You don't have to ask me anything.
Yes. Oh, no, I always like to ask you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But if there's one that you want to like put on camera and be like, yeah, that's the one.
I really wish you would have given me time to like process that one. How are you going to promise to keep our culture as we grow? Because Rain City is going to crush hard money lending. We're going to be all over. I see the writing on the wall. Like we're in more states than I ever thought we were going to be in. And we're going to continue to go. Like we're crushing it. So how are you going to keep that culture? How are you going to make it where people like excited to come here every single day?
So early on in my career, I came to work for a company that had good culture. And, it wasn't like the best. And like, there's always stuff like you can't necessarily have everything. But the culture was good. It was like one of helpfulness. I think they catered a little bit too much to some of the divas and like kind of let them like run wild and whatnot, which, I'm never going to do.
Yeah, that can.
But I've also seen culture endure. Culture is something that is like, it's born in a seed. And then you find other people to help, like, grow the crop, so to speak. Yeah. And it kind of like ends up rolling and going and being in and of itself. So if you look at Rain City's mission statement, real and lasting mutual success, and our 5 core values, those are directly off of my back. That is like at the core of my being and who I am. That's it. Those are the things that matter to me. And luckily enough, it resonates with enough people that, like you, that's like, okay, this is awesome. This is like the person that I want to be, that we end up, gauging everybody off of that.
Right.
And we need people just like you that are in and around that can continue to share that. And as long as we keep putting it number 1 or number 2 at all times, and we keep focusing on it, I don't think we're going to be perfect, but that's honestly my biggest fear about growth and number of people is making sure that we do keep that vibe. Like Pipeline is fun.
Yes. Yeah. People go on vacations and they still want to tune into Pipeline. Yeah. I know personally myself, like if I'm not on Pipe, I'm like a little just piece of you is.
Yeah, it sucks. I miss it. I'm like, man, this sucks.
Absolutely.
I don't like that at all.
So then when are you going to be done?
Never. I'm never going to retire. No. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I get asked the question a lot, like especially post-securitization, when are we going to sell?
Yeah.
Hey, but you only get one question.
Oh, wait, what?
You only got one question. I
think we have plenty of time for more. I think people want to know. Let's talk about Fred.
Oh, let's not talk about
You know what we should do? We should do an interview. Switch. And I interview you. Yeah, we should do that.
Maybe. Let's see how good this one goes.
Okay, good.
Nice. Gotta catch all the views, right?
Okay, let me get a lot of views so I can ask him all the questions.
There you go. You've been in the business a long time. Mm-hmm. I have no idea who's going to watch this or see this. Yep. Hopefully, other people that are aspiring, especially like learning your story of how you, successful real estate agent, went to successful loan officer, what advice would you give to new loan officers coming in, or
Yeah.
someone that was thinking about that in general? I mean, we kind of talked about it, but specifically, what would you say?
What would you do?
Yeah.
This is a relationship business. You have to get out there and communicate with people, meet them face to face. People do business who they like, know, and trust. Like, know, and trust. I can't stress that enough.
Like, know, and trust.
Like, know, and trust. And you need to get out there. You need to shake the hands of people that are doing deals, and whatever focus with lending, you can make money in so many different directions. With lending specifically, talk with the people that are doing 80% of the business. Speak with builders, know your stuff, know how much it costs to remodel a house. Get out there. Don't just hide underneath a desk or on the phone, making phone calls behind the computer and be like a computer warrior.
There's some people that are successful that are doing that.
I know, and they fascinate me. And part of me would love to have a little bit of that, because that is awesome. Because we know someone that is very successful that is always behind.
Mm-hmm.
And that is true. Figuring out what works for you is great. What has worked for me, and the advice I would give people, because it worked for me, is get out there and be in front of people. And even that person that does things behind doors and the calls and makes a lot of calls, they're still in front of them. They're still, I'm here. Mm-hmm. And be knowledgeable and be somebody that they want to call and pick up the phone and talk to.
What's like if you boil it down to like one or two activities of things that you do that get you the most business, what do you think those like one or two or three activities would be?
Relationship building. Relationship building is huge.
What does that mean?
I actually want to know who my clients are. I want to know their kids. I want to know, their kids' names. What are their birthday? What do they do? Why are they doing what they do? I want to know, why are you flipping that house? Why are you renting? What's your goals? You're not going to call me and be like, hey, I want a loan, and then that's it. I mean, great. I have a couple of those, very few, but I want to know what makes you feel successful and be a part of that. And I think when they always talk about your team, right? You need to have a good agent. You need to have a good escrow. You need to have a good lender.
Yeah, like the power wheel.
Yes.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you can't be it all. And you have to trust the people that are in your power wheel. And if I can be someone that they trust, I'm also, sometimes I feel like I'm their therapist when it comes to deals. Like, what should I do? Because I've earned their trust. And they know that I see deals a lot. I know what makes sense and what doesn't. I've personally done it, so I know. So I think just caring and genuinely, authentically caring. Don't fake it. I mean, everyone can smell a fake. No one wants that. So I think that's a big thing. And grit. You can't teach grit.
Just stick with it.
Stick with it. If I would have quit the times that I tried to quit, I never would have known this opportunity and this lifestyle, because I'm in it. So then it makes me want to invest more because I'm living and breathing it. Mm-hmm. And I can't just preach it and not do anything about it too. So it makes me want to be a better investor as well and be actively in it. So great, doing it. Just those would be the two advices I would give.
Stick with it. Don't quit. Just keep making the stupid phone calls, even though it sucks.
Yes, because it is a roller coaster ride, right? And your goal is to always be steady Eddie. That's my goal. It's always to be here, but then always peaking and making that goal higher and higher, and not having this. But it does sometimes go like this, and you have to be willing to say, "Hey, that sucked. Let's figure out why it sucked, and let's tweak it and be adjustable."
Got it.
Yeah.
So what's next for Lesa's team?
Lesa's team, growth. I have 2 people now on my team, which I'm really excited about. I'm excited to see them grow as individual, and I'm excited for me, kind of like you. Didn't you say becoming a leader, you learn what you're weak at? Or
I always tell people, if you want to learn all of your weaknesses really fast, go start a business.
Yes.
Because all the things you're great at, you're like, cool, I got those things. But guess what? Everything else falls, right?
Yep.
It's fucking terrible.
Absolutely. And so on a tiny little scale, because I'm not you, with my team, I've even seen that, because my brain, mile a minute, right? And I've had to really learn, I got to slow down, and I got to be able to teach what I know, but I got to be able to articulate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that sucks for me. And I have to consciously think about it, but I'm going to be a better person when it's still definitely a work in progress. But when your team goes, what did you mean by that sentence? I'm like, oh, it's not complete. You don't figure that out? It was in my brain. It was figured out. So like growth in 2025, my word is growth and learning and growing my team, but also learning and growing individually. So
I had Val.
Yes.
She was my interpreter. There's so many, like we would have meetings and then, because, she, Rain City employee number one, and everybody would be like, like nod their head and be like, what the fuck did Fred just say?
Yeah.
Like what happened? So I had I quickly found Valerie. She did all that. And I mean, without her, I'd probably still be like a, 3-person shop, right? Because she was able to articulate in a way that someone else would understand where I couldn't.
Right.
So yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
Kelly is definitely, Will has actually gone to her. What did Lesa mean by this? And I'm like, thank you for letting me know this. Because he'll go to her, ask that question, but then he'll tell me like, hey, I went to her about this. I'm like, okay, that's actually good for me to know. Because that means I needed to slow down and send that message. So yeah.
So you said something I picked up on. I was going to end, but I was like, oh man, I can't let this one go. So a year ago, you beat me up. And deservedly so. I needed it. And then we started coaching.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of coaching. I've had a business coach for forever. I have one now. And we tried a new exercise.
Yes.
And the exercise was, and we have our goals and like whatever, but the exercise was, boiling your next year down to one word.
Yep.
One, I guess two things. How's the coaching been?
Yep.
And what do you think about that exercise?
I love goals, and you know that about me. I like geek out on goals. I couldn't live without goals. It keeps me focused. It keeps me purpose, and I love it.
It's like guardrails to life.
Yes, and if I go off route, if I'm scrolling on Instagram, I'm like, wait a minute here. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. One of the things that keeps me here is you'll listen, and I think that's a. Not every company, the president of their company will listen to ideas and thoughts. And I don't ever take that lightly, that I could go to you and say, hey, help us out here. And that you acted and you did it. And now we're in a coaching program, and I absolutely love it because I learn from you, but then hopefully the people that are coming up, they're learning from me. And it's continually the cycle of teaching. And I believe has made me a better person on focusing my personal goals, not just work goals. Yep. And that's one of the reasons why I love here. It's not just about, the loan. It's about who are we servicing and who are we taking care of, and like what is that doing to the opportunity for that borrower and what money that gives them, and then what does it do to the community, but also what are we doing as personal growth here and in our families. So it's one of my favorite things. I love Wednesday because we can talk about what we're not doing or doing to achieve our goals.
Yeah. That's, I think it's really tough because sales organizations are sales organizations. Yeah. Guess what? You have to do more deals. Right. And it's so fucking consistent. If you have your life and house in order, the rest of it turns out great. Yes. And in fact, your ceiling is going to be a lot higher if you just have your shit together in your personal life. So I feel like they're like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, why are we talking about our life right now? Like, well, because if you have your shit together over here and you're doing what you should be doing, then go over there.
It will go over there. Yeah.
So what do you think about the one word? I mean, it's only been like a month, so I don't necessarily want to take it, but.
Oh, I absolutely. It's funny because other people, they thought about it and then they like changed it up. Second, I said it in my brain. I was like, that's my word. Because I really are, in November, I start thinking of my personal goals. And I was like, what do I want for 2025? And I want to be a better leader and a better influencer within my community. And I have to grow personally for that. And I know that I have faults and I need to learn how to be a better leader. And so growth for me is I actually like that word, and it resonates with me, because when I have to like slow down and do it, I'm like, nope, this is me growing. Or when I don't have the month that I thought I was going to have, I'm like, okay, what can I learn from it? And so like mine is, what am I learning from this? And I just keep on telling myself that, because I have that with my goals. What am I learning from this?
It stings. It makes the pain sting a little bit less when you're like not doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the suck. I like to just look at it and be like, you know what? That's like, rub my nose in it for a minute. It just makes me feel like, oh, fuck that. I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, Lesa, I could pepper you with questions forever, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I will save that for tonight and tomorrow night.
Yes, absolutely.
And every other time. The one thing that I do want to leave you with, you're already a great leader and you're already a great influencer. Like, you don't have to work hard to do that. I think the part where you're growing, where you're having trouble, is like exposing your weaknesses, right? It's like you get to put it on blast, like, holy shit, okay, here you go. Yeah. So I don't know, like don't leave this share thinking that you're not already that, because you are.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And yeah, you're gonna crush it this year for sure.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For sure.
Appreciate it.